Hello everyone, I'm Tang Tai. I'm a student at the School of Medicine and Pharmacy of Da Nang University. Today I represent to the Group A to present Unit 8, which is titled Communication. As you know, communication plays a very important role in medicine. The fact that good communication will provide better care for patients. On the other hand, good communication helps us gather information from patients accurately. That is why our group make a presentation about this lesson. Now, I will start with checkup. Exercise 1. Look at the picture from A to F and decide what difficulty, if any, the doctor might have in dealing with each patient. Translate.
Hãy nhìn vào các bức tranh từ A đến F và quyết định những điều gì khó khăn. Nếu có thì bác sĩ phải đối phó với từng bệnh nhân.
Now, picture A. I want to talk about how I feel, but I don't know how to. I'm depressed for no reason. I understand and I am embarrassed about it. I just feel awkward. Translate.
Tôi muốn nói về những gì mà tôi cảm thấy, nhưng tôi không biết phải nói như thế nào. Tôi suy sụp và tôi không hiểu lý do, và tôi xấu hổ vì điều đó. Tôi chỉ thấy lúng túng.
Now, we note about his speech. The keywords are depressed, embarrassed, awkward. Now, this answer is the doctor might have a difficulty encouraging the patient to speak. Even though he has come to see the doctor and probably wants to talk, the patient is embarrassed about his condition and may not know how to articulate what he wants to say. Translate.
Bác sĩ có thể gặp khó khăn trong việc khuyến khích bệnh nhân nói. Mặc dù anh ta đã đến gặp bác sĩ và có lẽ muốn nói chuyện, bệnh nhân bối rối về tình trạng của mình và có thể không biết cách nói rõ những gì mình muốn nói.
We look at picture B. He just like my parent, think he know everything. Translate.
Anh ấy giống như bố mẹ tôi, nghĩ rằng mình biết mọi thứ.
Now, this answer is, this situation is similar to A, but the patient may be uncooperative and may find it difficult to deal with an attack. Translate.
Tình huống này như câu A, nhưng bệnh nhân có thể không hợp tác và có thể đối phó với người lớn.
Continue to Peter C. I feel and look fine. I don't understand why I have to stay in hospital. Translate.
Tôi cảm thấy và nhận thấy ổn. Tôi không hiểu tại sao mình phải ở bệnh viện.
Let's come answer of this question. Now, the answer. It may be difficult to persuade the patient of the need to stay in hospital if she cannot see or feel anything wrong with herself. Translate.
Khó có thể thuyết phục bệnh nhân về nhu cầu ở lại bệnh viện nếu cô ấy không thể nhìn thấy hoặc cảm thấy bất cứ điều gì sai trái với chính mình.
Look at the picture B. The problem is, I find it difficult to talk about my drinking. I feel quite guilty. Translate.
Tôi cảm thấy khó khăn khi nói về việc uống rượu của tôi. Tôi cảm thấy có tội.
Now, the problem in this is, the patient may be very defensive about his drinking or in a state of denial. He may feel too guilty to admit the extent of the problem and may be fearful of addressing it. Translate.
Bệnh nhân có thể rất phủ nhận về việc uống rượu hoặc trong tình trạng từ chối. Anh ta có thể cảm thấy quá tội lỗi khi thừa nhận mức độ của vấn đề và có thể sợ giải quyết vấn đề đó.
Do you understand? Okay. Now, finally, now we will move on to exercise 2. Match the doctor thoughts from 1 to 6 with a picture in 1. The first we read through 6 sentences. 1. Jenny is quite shy and finds it difficult to talk to an authority figure. Translate.
Jenny khá nhút nhát và cảm thấy khó khăn khi nói chuyện với một nhân vật quyền lực khó tính.
And number 1, met with Mr. P. Number 2, Mr. John is defensive and evasive about his illness. I need to elicit the information carefully without upsetting him. Translate.
Mr. John phòng thủ và lảng tránh về căn bệnh của mình. Ông cần phải khơi gợi thông tin một cách cẩn thận mà không làm cho anh ấy buồn.
Met with Mr. D. Number 3. Sarah appears reluctant to stay in hospital, but I need to get her to staying for her outside.
Sarah miễn cưỡng ở lại bệnh viện, nhưng tôi cần để cho cô ấy ở lại một mình an toàn.
And met with Mr. C. Number 4. I can see Carol is very knowledgeable, but she doesn't know everything. Translate.
Tôi có thể thấy Carol rất hiểu biết, nhưng cô ấy không biết tất cả mọi thứ.
Met with Mr. E. Number 5. I need to be careful what I say because I might put a colleague in a difficult situation.
Tôi cẩn thận với những gì tôi nói vì tôi có thể khiến cho đồng nghiệp của mình rơi vào tình huống khó khăn.
Met Mr. F. and 6. John looks very down. It's not easy to speak to him, but I know he wants to talk.
John trông rất suy sụp. Nó không dễ nói chuyện với anh ấy, nhưng tôi biết là anh ấy muốn nói chuyện.
Met with Mr. A. And continue to exercise 3. This editory strategy to deal with the situation in the photograph. Translate.
Liệt kê ít nhất 3 chiến lược để xử lý các tình huống trong ảnh.
Now, the first, encourage patients to talk by asking open questions. The second, encourage patients to give their own answer to a situation or problem. The third, agree with patient suggestions where possible and then add your own ideas. Finally, listen to what patients have to say, more sympathetic, empathic, and sincere with patient. Translate.
Đầu tiên là khuyến khích bệnh nhân nói chuyện bằng cách đặt câu hỏi mở. Thứ hai, khuyến khích bệnh nhân đưa ra câu trả lời của riêng họ cho một tình huống hoặc là một vấn đề. Thứ ba, đồng ý với đề xuất của bệnh nhân nếu có thể và sau đó thêm ý tưởng của riêng bạn. Và cuối cùng là lắng nghe những gì bệnh nhân nói, phải thông cảm, đồng cảm và chân thành với bệnh nhân.
Now, let's look at exercise 4. Dr. Adam, exercise 4. Do the strategy work across all situations, or are they specific to a particular situation? And student answer, yes, the strategy to work across all situations or are they specific to a particular situation? Dr. Adam. Now, can you give a relevant example from your work internship where possible? Example, early April has a practice schedule at the hospital showing much we need.
Đầu tháng 4 là chúng ta có lịch thực hành tại bệnh viện, vì vậy vào tháng 3 chúng ta cần phải chuẩn bị.
Now, 1. Must have a good theoretical knowledge to learn practice. 2. Prepare in advance the tools you need to bring to the hospital. 3. Vaccination is required before learning practice in the hospital. Translate.
Đầu tiên là chúng ta phải có kiến thức lý thuyết tốt để học thực hành. Thứ hai là chuẩn bị trước các dụng cụ mà cần mang đến bệnh viện. Và cuối cùng là cần tiêm phòng trước khi học thực hành tại bệnh viện.
Now, our sentences don't have a new word. I think you can translate. According to you, how you will answer the question. You see answer of the question and you give a similar exercise. Do you understand? Now, continue to paging card. 1. People often speak generally and use apparently fast language. Working parts from the list of patient feeling. 2 the 3 most common reasons in your opinion why patient language appear vague. Now translate.
Mọi người thường nói chung chung và sử dụng ngôn ngữ một cách mơ hồ. Hãy làm việc theo cặp. Từ danh sách cảm xúc của bệnh nhân này, hãy chọn 3 lý do phổ biến nhất theo quan điểm của bạn. Tại sao ngôn ngữ của bệnh nhân lại xuất hiện mơ hồ?
Now, I don't know what to say in answer to the doctor's question.
Tôi không biết phải nói gì khi trả lời câu hỏi của bác sĩ.
1. Because the doctor speaking so much scientific language that I don't understand. 2. Because maybe the doctor said so quickly that I don't know what to say. And the third, because I feel shy about my illness when in sentencing place. I don't know what to say when answering a doctor question.
Đầu tiên là vì bác sĩ nói rằng bằng các ngôn ngữ hóa học quá nhiều mà tôi không hiểu. Thứ hai, bởi vì có lẽ là bác sĩ đã nói quá nhanh đến nỗi tôi không biết phải nói gì. Và cuối cùng, bởi vì tôi cảm thấy xấu hổ về căn bệnh của mình khi nó ở những nơi nhạy cảm. Tôi không biết phải nói gì khi trả lời câu hỏi của bác sĩ.
Next to, I have a difficulty thinking of specific example. 1. Maybe because I'm stressed. 2. Maybe because I have a memory impairment. And 3. Maybe because I have a hesitate when thinking about specific examples. Translate.
Tôi gặp khó khăn khi nghĩ về các ví dụ cụ thể. Lý do đầu tiên thì có lẽ là vì tôi bị căng thẳng. Thứ hai có thể vì tôi bị suy giảm trí nhớ. Và cuối cùng là có lẽ vì tôi bị đau đầu khi nghĩ về những ví dụ cụ thể.
Now, I don't know this doctor. I need to test her to see if she can be trusted. 1. Because patients do not trust the new doctor capacity. 2. Because patients fear new doctor lacks experience, fear of pain. Now translate.
Tôi không biết bác sĩ này. Tôi cần kiểm tra cô ấy để xem cô ấy có thể tin tưởng được hay không. Thứ nhất thì có thể vì bệnh nhân không tin tưởng vào năng lực của bác sĩ mới. Thứ hai là vì bệnh nhân sợ bác sĩ mới thiếu kinh nghiệm và sợ đau.
Now, I don't want to say anything negative about myself. First, because patients are afraid of bad things about their health. Maybe because the doctor often talks about it. Translate.
Tôi không muốn nói bất cứ điều gì tiêu cực về bản thân. Thứ nhất thì có lẽ là bởi vì bệnh nhân sợ điều xấu về sức khỏe của họ. Thứ hai là có lẽ vì bác sĩ thường nói về điều tiêu cực đó.
Now, next slide. I am not sure what the doctor expects as an answer. I think include two reasons. One, patient may become very ill, and second, the patient may not understand the doctor's question. And translate.
Tôi không chắc chắn những gì bác sĩ mong đợi như một câu trả lời. Thứ nhất thì là có thể là bởi vì bệnh nhân có thể bị bệnh nặng. Thứ hai, bệnh nhân có thể không hiểu những câu hỏi của bác sĩ.
Now, next slide. I always speaking a bad way. English is always bad. One, maybe because the patient level of understanding is low. Two, because my mind is not awake. Translate.
Tôi luôn nói một cách mơ hồ, tiếng Anh thì luôn mơ hồ. Thứ nhất thì có thể là do trình độ hiểu tiếng Anh của bệnh nhân còn thấp. Thứ hai là có thể là vì tâm thức của họ không được tỉnh táo.
Now, we will move on to listening. Exercise 1. Walking part. Look at the statement below made by patient. Decide what you think is the context and which information you would like to ask about in each case. Translate.
Hãy làm việc theo cặp, nhìn vào các tuyên bố ở dưới đây của bệnh nhân và quyết định những điều gì bạn nghĩ là bối cảnh và thông tin bạn muốn hỏi về mỗi trường hợp.
Now, patient. I have, maybe, a couple of drinks a day. Doctor answer. Uncommon drinking habits. Patient. I have quite a lot of it, I think. Doctor. Weight problems. Patient. Occasionally, I will have a more drugs. Recreational drugs. Now, and it's quite bad at work at the moment. Doctor. Work. My boyfriend said I had a weight problem. Weight eating. Now, exercise 3. Listen and match a patient's statement in one trick of the other of the doctor question. Now, you use phrase to match a patient's statement in one. Now, listen carefully. You read the article, please consider important keywords. Listen carefully and commit these sentences. Now, listen again.
Can you tell me what you mean? Unit 8. Listening 1. Can you tell me what quite a lot is for you? 2. So, occasionally. Can you tell me what you mean by that in days per week? 3. You said a couple. Could you tell me exactly how much that is for you? 2 or 3? 3 or 4? 4. When you say a weight problem, can you tell me what he said? 5.
Do you want to tell me what has changed at work to make it so bad?
Now, listen again.
Unit 8. Listening 1. 1. Can you tell me what quite a lot is for you? 2.
So, occasionally. Can you tell me what you mean by that in days per week?
3. You said a couple. Could you tell me exactly how much that is for you? 2 or 3? 3 or 4? 4. When you say a weight problem, can you tell me what he said? 5.
Do you want to tell me what has changed at work to make it so bad?
Now, answer. 1. Weight problems. 2. Recreational drugs. 3. Alcohol drink habit. 4. Work. And 5. Weight or eating. Now, next to slide. 5. Give your own answer for the doctor question. Example, maybe 3 or 4 a day. 3 or 4 meals a day. Several snacks between meals. Translate.
3 hoặc là 4 bữa mỗi ngày, nhiều hoặc là có thể là nhiều bữa ăn nhẹ giữa các bữa ăn.
About 2 or 3 days per week, at least twice a week.
Có thể là khoảng hoặc 3 ngày mỗi tuần, hoặc là ít nhất 2 lần một tuần.
Now, he said I was fat, overweight, that I should lose some weight, that my friend is slimmer.
Anh ấy nói tôi béo, thừa cân, rằng tôi nên giảm cân, rằng bạn tôi thon thả hơn.
Look at the pronunciation, straight in the sentence. Now, spend some time give a hint about what they are thinking or what they want to talk about. You can suggest certain words in the sentence. Working a partner. Look at the short conversation below between a doctor and a patient. Decide what work you think is going to be straight in each exchange from 1 to 5. Now, conversation. Doctor, have you taken any drugs? Patient, I haven't taken any prescribed drugs. Doctors, what about recreational drugs? No, at least not recently. Doctor, you have taken them in the past. 10. Continue exercise 2. Listen and check your answer. What do you think the doctor asked the question in line 3 and line 5? Now, listen carefully.
Pronunciation. Exercise 2. Have you taken any drugs?
I haven't taken any prescribed drugs.
What about recreational drugs?
No, at least not recently.
You've taken them in the past, then?
Now, this answer largely because the patient indicated he had taken something else, but stressing the words practically,
Exercise 3.
not prescribed, but some other kind. Likewise, the patient stressed recently, I is not recently, but perhaps at some time in the past. Okay, next to exercise 3, listen to the patient speaking and answer the words with the speaker emphasize in each sentence. Now, look at the exercise. Look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. Now, listen carefully.
Exercise 3. 1.
I haven't taken any prescribed drugs. 2. I was in a cafe when the palpitations came on. 3. The first time I had the pain was on a cold morning. 4. My work's not giving me any problems at the moment. 5. My partner was standing near the child, but it was me that picked the child up. 6. Well, I have a normal breakfast like everyone else. 7. Well, I suppose at the weekends I might have a few more.
Do you have your answer? You listen again and check up your answer. Now, this answer. You listen again, looking.
Exercise 3. 1.
I haven't taken any prescribed drugs. 2. I was in a cafe when the palpitations came on. 3. The first time I had the pain was on a cold morning. 4. My work's not giving me any problems at the moment. 5. My partner was standing near the child, but it was me that picked the child up. 6. Well, I have a normal breakfast like everyone else. 7. Well, I suppose at the weekends I might have a few more.
Okay. Now, exercise 4, working parts. Compile your answer. Then decide what you will send that to the patient. What you would. Now, some question. 1. What about your partners? 2. What were you eating, drinking? 3. When was the first time? How many times have you had eating? 4. What about your family, home or life? 5. Did your partner attempt to help? When you say normal, what do you mean by that? As, can you tell me what a few mean for you? Now, continue as speaking. Look at the slides. Now we're speaking about either to talk about work, home relationship stress. Some points the patient may be thinking about his accident, his injury and pain, his divorce, his children's behaviors. You can use our opinions to explore more issues like about shopping, earning, ads, and so on. Now, we will move on language both urban and closed question. A closed question can usually be answered with 1 or 2 words. Now, example, Are you sleeping well? Yes. Often an open question is formed as a gentle imperative statement. As example, is everything okay at work? And shut up. Okay. Now, an open question usually can be answered with just one or two words, so it encourages a patient to explain more. Can you tell me more about your work, the pain, his day? Often an open question is formed as a shadow imperative statement. Tell me more about your work, the pain, his day, and what about your home life? Doctors usually use a combination of open and closed question to help clarify fresh answer. The patient given and to build up a relationship or trust that encourages the patient to explain full and clear. Now, tell me about your work. Well, then often lots of it. At the moment I have to cover for people and I am journalist, my feet with no help and... You say you have no help. Why is that? Another manager is object. Do you feel stressed about it? Yes, I guess I do. Stressed about delay. Paperwork says take it. Now next exercise. 1. Use the words to make open question. Can, detail, pain is the sentence is can you tell me a few more details about the pain? 2. Can what tell way injuries affect you is the sentence. Tell me about the way the injury affects you. 3. What happened when accident? Sentence is what happened when you had the accident? Now, exercise 2. Look at the question and decide whether they are open or closed. Tức là bài này chúng ta hãy nhìn vào những câu hỏi và chúng ta hãy quyết định rằng nó là câu hỏi mở hay câu hỏi đóng. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. You read through this sentence, then complete the sentence and decide they are open or closed. Okay? 1. How are you? How are you? Open. 2. Did you take anything for it? Closed. 3. When you say it hurts a lot, what do you mean by that? Open question. Okay. 4. In what way? Open question. 5. What about your studies? Open question. 6. Are you eating okay? Closed question. And finally 7. What happened exactly? Open question. Now, exercise 3. Working groups. When you use open question, what is the function of open question? What is the function of closed question? Give an example. Which do you find easier to ask? Now, open questions are used in a patient control approach to talking or history, where patients are encouraged to talk about their illness, but like creating a narrative. This allows patients the opportunity to setting the mind out with army. Therefore, open questions are generally used at the beginning of the history and later, when the doctor wants to encourage patients to talk about something that they have said or hinted at. Do you understand? I will translate for you.
Các câu hỏi mở được sử dụng theo cách tiếp cận tập trung vào bệnh nhân để có thể lấy tiền sử. Trong đó, bệnh nhân được khuyến khích nói về bệnh của họ giống như là tạo ra một câu chuyện. Điều này cho phép bệnh nhân có cơ hội nói những điều mà họ có thể. Do đó, các câu hỏi mở thường được sử dụng vào đầu câu chuyện. Và khi bác sĩ muốn khuyến khích bệnh nhân nói về điều gì đó mơ hồ mà họ đã bỏ qua.
Now is exercise 4. What is the relationship between open and closed question? Now, generally speaking, open questions are used to ask general information from the patient point of view, and closed questions are used to check and elicit detail. Closed questions tend to be easier to deal with because they are not as effective as open questions in obtaining an overall picture.
Câu này chúng ta có thể hiểu là nói chung thì các câu hỏi mở được sử dụng để có được thông tin chung từ quan điểm của bệnh nhân, và các câu hỏi đóng được sử dụng để kiểm tra và gợi ra chi tiết. Các câu hỏi đóng có xu hướng dễ giải quyết hơn, nhưng mà chúng không hiệu quả như các câu hỏi mở trong việc có được một bức tranh tổng thể.
Okay. Similar exercise 5. What happened on the case story is all your questions are closed. Now, if all the questions in the history are closed, it can sound like an interrogation. Interrogation is also doesn't give the patient the chance to elaborate, which may give the doctor important information he or she had the best faculties asked about.
Nếu tất cả các câu hỏi trong lịch sử được đóng lại, nó có thể giống như một cuộc thẩm vấn. Nó cũng không cung cấp cho bệnh nhân cơ hội để giải thích. Điều này có thể cung cấp cho bác sĩ những thông tin quan trọng mà anh ta hoặc là cô ta không hỏi cụ thể.
Now, sorry, interrogation as specifically. Okay, next slide. Now, look at speaking. Possible question. Now, with some question in this part, I made the titles so you can understand it more easily. Okay, now.
Hello, I am a doctor. I am investigating about the drinking status in patients. Can I ask you some questions about your personal story? Can I ask you some questions about your drinking? Can I ask you, can you tell me about your drinking? How much do you drinking?
About 100 milliliters.
How often do you drink?
I usually drink when I'm alone.
Where do you drink?
I usually drink alcohol.
Do you drink the same as weekend as during the week?
No, I don't. I work even more than after today. As the day back, I'm usually drunk.
Drinking alcohol really will not be good, so I recommend you limit your drinking. Instead, drinking other things after.
Okay, thanks for your advice.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. I have just you to do some questions to make the dialogues. Your homework is make the dialogue similar. Okay. Some questions help me to make the dialogues at home. Now, can I ask you some questions about your personal history? Or can I ask you some questions about your drinking and so on? Now, next slide. Now, possible options are: first, avoiding situations where drinking alcohol is involved. Second, asking friends and family to help, for instance, not to offer alcohol. 3. Not keeping alcohol at home. 4. Sipping a drink slowly, not gulping. 5. Drinking smaller amount. 6. Not buying on sale a drink when buying abroad in a pub. And finally, avoiding drinking on certain days or at certain times of the day. Okay. Now, the options. What criteria should you use for choosing the option? Use your own medical knowledge. The option given needs to fit into the patient's lifestyle and management strategy. Suggestions charts have been tried by the patient before and have failed. May need greater input from the doctor or should be avoided. Now, continue exercise 7. Give a feedback to your partner. Tell history difficulties. Pray by the doctor is advertising with the patient and refreshed by the patient. Now, 1. Doctor may have a difficulty in understanding the exact meaning of the patients, not using technical language, and trying to pass themselves in the patient of position. Patient may have a difficulty in thinking about the scenario from the patient and the doctor's point of viewing a role play, avoiding the use of the technical language, and giving answers that are unrealistically harassed because of medical knowledge. Okay. Now, I'd like to move on to patient card case. One way to encourage a patient to cooperate is to ask open questions. When patients ask open questions, they provide a lot of information at one time.
Câu này có thể hiểu là có một cách để khuyến khích bệnh nhân hợp tác, đó chính là đặt câu hỏi mở. Khi mà bệnh nhân trả lời các câu hỏi mở thì họ đã cung cấp rất nhiều thông tin cùng một lúc.
A doctor has asked what brought the patient to the hospital. In part, decide how you would develop the conversation. Note that there may be more than one possibility.
Bác sĩ đã hỏi điều gì để đưa bệnh nhân đến bệnh viện. Theo cặp thì hãy quyết định bằng cách bạn sẽ phát triển cuộc trò chuyện của họ. Lưu ý rằng có thể là có nhiều hơn một khả năng.
Okay, next slide. The conservation. My heart's been beating like mad this morning. Doctor, can you tell me how it started? Well, I came on at about 8:30 on my way to work just now. I was sitting in a cafe waiting when my heart started beating like mad and I got really scared. I've never had anything like it in my life. Can you tell me more information? I was drinking coffee and reading book. Is the coffee significant or not? I would be the raised heart rate could be from caffeine in a strong coffee. Now continue to listening and drop a response. You read through this article, but consider important keywords. Listen carefully and complete these sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, listen.
Listening to 1. I've been getting this pain just here. Tell me a little bit about it. It seems to come on just after I've eaten, usually fried food or something. It starts here, near my belly button, and bores right through to my back. I've been getting it off and on over the past month or so. 2. I've got this runny nose. Can you tell me some more about this? I've had it for the past couple of months and I've taken everything there is from the chemist and nothing seems to work. Cold, allergy tablets. I've had no other symptoms at all and I don't think it's a cold. 3. What about at home? Everything there's just as bad. I have to look after 2 teenage boys as well as doing a full day's work. They're a real handful. I have to do the cooking, washing, ironing, everything, and get them off to school. There's no end to it. 4. You have a dry cough. Can you tell me about it? I've had it for about the last 10 days or so, and nothing I take seems to relieve it. I thought it might be the smoking. I used to smoke several years ago, but then I started up again in the past few months. 5. I understand you've got a bad headache. Yes, doctor, I have. Can you describe it for me? But it's really bad. I always get them here, around my left eye. This one started about 2 days ago, and I was just passing the hospital, and I thought I'd just come in.
Did you complete these sentences? We listen again.
Listening to 1. I've been getting this pain just here. Tell me a little bit about it. It seems to come on just after I've eaten, usually fried food or something. It starts here, near my belly button, and bores right through to my back. I've been getting it off and on over the past month or so.
1, 2, see, and has it been getting worse? Number 2.
2. I've got this runny nose. Can you tell me some more about this? I've had it for the past couple of months and I've taken everything there is from the chemist and nothing seems to work. Cold, allergy tablets. I've had no other symptoms at all and I don't think it's a cold.
Number 2. Choose C. If it's not a cold, what do you think it might be? Number 3.
3. What about at home? Everything there is just as bad. I have to look after two... Everything there is just as bad. I have to look after 2 teenage boys as well as doing a full day's work. They're a real handful. I have to do the cooking, washing, ironing, everything, and get them off to school. There's no end to it.
Now, 2. C. It sounds as if you are under a lot of pressure and need some help. Number 4.
4. You have a dry cough. Can you tell me about it? I've had it for about the last 10 days or so, and nothing I take seems to relieve it. I thought it might be the smoking. I used to smoke several years ago, but then I started up again in the past few months.
4. Choose B. So I started smoking again recently. Number 5.
5. I understand you've got a bad headache. Yes, doctor, I have. Can you describe it for me? But it's really bad. I always get them here, around my left eye. This one started about 2 days ago, and I was just passing the hospital, and I thought I'd just come in.
And finally, number 5. Choose B. So I had a headache like this before. Now, we will move on to exercise. Moderate, pink, social, drink, heavy, annoy, total, guilty. Now, Vietnamese, moderate,
Trung bình.
pink,
Cuộc chè chén say sưa.
social,
Xã hội.
drink,
Đồ uống.
heavy,
Nặng.
annoy,
Bị phiền hà.
total,
Rượu.
and guilty.
Đã làm điều sai trái, khiển trách.
Now, you the words complete these sentences. Exercise 1. You the words to complete the sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I would not say I were a drinker. I do not get to the DT or anything. Now, answers. Heavy. Number 2. Have you ever felt by someone criticizing your drinking? Answer. Annoyed. Number 3. I haven't touched drugs since I came up 2 years ago. Answer. Teetotal. Number 4. I would say I'm more of a drinker. I only drink when I am out with friends. And answer. Social. Continue number 5. I've been toned several times for driving. Answer. Drink. 6. Ever felt bad or about your drinking? Answer. Guilty. 7. Drinking. Yeah, sometimes I get really blasted with my friends at the weekend. And answer pink. Finally, 8. I'm a very moderate, drinking less than 7 units a week. Now, continue exercise 2. What do you understand by the mnemonic CAGE? which sentences from 1 to 8 in 1 July to CAGE. What do the other letters stand for? How sensitive is CAGE at detecting alcoholism? Now, have you ever felt you ought to cut down on your drinking? And letter C.
Câu này được hiểu là bạn đã bao giờ cảm thấy là bạn nên cắt giảm việc uống rượu của bạn?
And letter C. Have people annoy you by criticizing your drinking?
Chúng ta có thể hiểu là có người nào làm phiền bạn bằng cách chỉ trích việc uống rượu của bạn không?
And letter A. Have you ever felt bad or guilty about your drinking?
Bạn đã bao giờ cảm thấy tồi tệ hay là tội lỗi về việc uống rượu của bạn không?
And letter G. Now finally, have you ever had an eye opener to steady your nerves in the morning?
Và câu cuối cùng này chúng ta có thể hiểu là bạn đã bao giờ có một cái mở mắt để ổn định thần kinh của bạn vào buổi sáng chưa?
And letter E. The phrase is CAGE. Now next slide to exercise 3. How can patient tenure prevent treatment? Now, if patients deny to themselves that they have a problem, then it may be difficult to treat it. Look at the picture. And the first step is to bring to patient that there is a problem. Then they can accept they need to make change. Exercise 5. Dr. Adam and student. Now, hello, I'm Dr. Adam. Hi, Mr. Adam. This is your exercise. Are you ready? Write some open questions which you can use to probe the patient about drinking. And I give this note to help you. Okay, I understood. Now 1. How describe drinking? How would you describe your drinking? 2. Kind of drinker. The answer, what kind of drinker would you say you were? 3. Tell drinking recently. The answer is, tell me about your drinking recently. 4. What about drinking early day? When first drink? And answer, what about drinking early in the day? When do you ever your first drink? 5. Advantage of cutting down. You talk of advantage. Are you any advantage of cutting down? Have you ever talked of advantage of cutting down? 6. Have family or friends feel drinking? And answer, how do your family, your friends feel your drinking? And finally 7. How feel about drinking? You want to stop? How do you feel about your drinking? Do you want to stop? Now we will move on to reading. Exercise. Working parts. Look at the heading and read the content of the text below. They match the heading an appropriate number from 1 to 5 in the text. Now, we have a 5 phrase. 1. Cognitive pairs. 2. biological and genetic periods. 3. Psychological periods. 4. Metaphysics as a baseline. And finally, periods to prevention. Now, paragraph 1.
Not everyone responds to preventive measures. Some of us, because of our genes, are immune to the benefits of exercise, for example. As our understanding of genetic advances improves, our habitual advice of take more exercise looks increasingly old-fashioned. What we should really do is get to know our patients psychologically and genetically, and tailor advice such as for you diet advice is more important than exercise.
Now, the title attached to this paragraph is now barriers to prevention and biological and genetic barriers. Okay, now paragraph 2. You listen.
When, if ever, we think about devastating but preventable ill health in ourselves, we may either believe that it won't happen to me, or we immediately dare fate to make it happen. To some people, over-enthusiastic and intimidating advice from bodies such as the UK Health Education Authority creates cognitive barriers to prevention, provoking anger and rejection by those who resent their taxes being spent by a state which assumes that all its citizens are 5-year-olds who cannot be trusted to think for themselves.
Now, we note the keywords to complete the title of paragraph. Now, the title attached to this paragraph is cognitive barriers. Now, paragraph 3. Reading.
We often find ourselves sitting on beds trying to persuade wayward patients to courses of preventive action, which will clearly benefit them. We think this very clarity should be enough to persuade the person to act. But we resign ourselves to the fact that action will not follow. Why is this so often the case? The first person to know the answer to this question was the world's worst patient, the poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who answers our question in the way: to love our future self is almost as hard to love our neighbor.
And the title attached to this paragraph 3 is the metaphysics as a bedside. And paragraph 4. Finally, phrase reading.
All of us at times are prone to promote our own destruction as keenly as we promote our own survival. Knowing that alcohol may bring about our own destruction gives the substance a certain appeal when we are in a certain frame of mind. Pardon LRT if we do not know the sordid details of what death from alcohol involves.
And the last phrase is the psychological periods matched to paragraph 4. Now, continue to exercise 2. Answer the question about the test. Now, 1. Why do doctors need to get to know their patient psychologically and genetically? Translate.
Câu này hiểu là tại sao bác sĩ cần phải biết bệnh nhân của mình về tâm lý và di truyền?
Do you answer the question? The answer is not everyone responds to preventive measure in the same way. If we know patient psychologically and genetics, we can accept different measures are most suitable. And number 2. What approach should doctor take once they have a jaundice?
Phương pháp nào mà bác sĩ nên thực hiện khi bệnh nhân của họ mắc tâm lý hay là di truyền?
No keywords, approach, and the answer is to modify advice to the patient. Okay. Continue 3. What is the effect on some patient of strong advice?
Những cái lời khuyên gì ảnh hưởng tới một số bệnh nhân?
Now, answer. Increase cognitive patterns to prevent harm, such as anger and direction advice. Now, your homework is 5 more strong advice for exercise 3. Okay, and number 4. What should help persuade patient to act to its work?
Điều gì sẽ thuyết phục bệnh nhân hành động?
And answer the question. The clear benefit of preventive action, but this does not work. Cholesterol will suggest that we find it hard to carve out our future health. And finally, what knowledge of the destructive power of alcohol do?
Kiến thức về cái sức mạnh hủy diệt của rượu đó là gì?
The answer is give the substance a certain appeal. You know, and your homework is 5 more answer for the question in exercise. Okay, and now that's all I have to say about communication in medicine. If you have any question, please contact us. I will answer all your questions. Thank you. Goodbye.